Well, I've been up for probably 20 minutes and it's 1:27. Um, I am in massive pain in my head again. And it is so severe. I can't even describe it. It hurts so bad. It's literally taking my breath away. Yesterday was all I could do to walk up to the front to pick up breakfast, but we did it. When I got there, they always ask how I'm doing, and they could tell. And I started crying. And I explained to them how my journey has gotten me this far with my health and continuing to test positive for something that you never signed up for, and watching what it's doing to your temple, and you have no control over it, sucks. That's the best way for me to describe this. It just freaking sucks. And it's not fair. It's not right what this tyrant regime has done to me, done to you, your loved ones, anybody you know, anybody that's crossed your path. It's not right what they've done, and they need to be held accountable. I mean, Man's World finally got to me on October 15th of 2019. I couldn't take it anymore. I've never I never felt like that in my life. And then when you really evaluate your life and you figure out what in fact made you want to do that, made you want to just throw in the towel, was pharmaceuticals prescribed by a doctor that had no business prescribing them. Not only was I prescribed a 90-day supply, there was never any follow-up from that doctor. None. Zero. What doctor writes a 90-day supply of Xanax and doesn't follow up with their patient? That's what I want to know. And how many more of us are out there from this particular doctor? I don't know. But every single facility that I was sent to, it was unbelievable what I witnessed. It was unreal. And then to hear that if you want to gain employment at medical facilities and you're not vaccinated, that if you just put down the reason why is because of your religion, religious reasons and throw some scriptures with it, I'll be happy to hire you. Doesn't matter if you lie. For those that didn't decide to get for any other, these facilities would rather you lie to gain employment than tell the truth. It is awful to witness. And to look at how the system was designed, just like with me qualifying for disability. And them saying I didn't meet their criteria. Well, but we'll teach how to lie, and then we'll send you to another doctor, and they'll make sure you get it. What? No. And people wonder why I just keep selling everything I own. The system is so freaking broken, and it's been broken for so long. I know this because I heard my clients in my practice, and even those clients from other firms that knew my heart and would call me for help. And here I am in a beautiful place, and I'm taking care of myself with my girls that helped until Harley was called home. And that light is exactly what I needed last night. I mean, I've got Jesus all over the room. I needed her lit up too. But when you live in constant pain, and then you watch how cruel the world is to others, and how the world is, how humans in this world are encouraging people to lie. To acquire benefits that they should rightfully be approved. I mean, I had a client that was obese, former client. Well, they all are now, but obese. Husband did all the work, and she qualified for disability. She could never come into my office because she didn't think that my furniture was strong enough to hold her. So I walked out to the car so she could sign her paperwork. And I thought to myself, let me get this straight. Your husband is working his tail end off every day, and you're sitting at home barking orders at him and want us to pay for it. Where is the justice in that? And there's more stories. That's just one that's on the top of my head. There's cameras all over at this resort. I've got proof of my abilities, of me not being able to leave my room very often. It's not out of fear. I don't want somebody else to have to be responsible for making sure I get back to the room. That's how strong and independent I am. But I know that if I walk up to breakfast, they have golf carts, and I know they can bring me back if I need to. They are willing to help me here. You want to talk about being led to a place where your love is reciprocated? So why not make them your beneficiary? I love my girls too. It's unreal, the cruelty in this world. It's unreal when you are constantly helping those in need. Then when you become a person in need, who's there to help? Very few, if any. And that's something else that I heard when I was working on people's taxes. That I couldn't believe people's families would just turn their backs until I was in that situation. And here I am, struggling every day to stay afloat. Still trying to use my voice for the greater good. Still loving unconditionally. And then I hear someone else getting hurt by somebody that's betrayed them or stabbed them in the back. It's just not okay. It wasn't okay when we were kids. It wasn't okay when we were teenagers. And it's certainly not okay as adults. My symptoms are changing daily. I don't know what's going to happen next. And the only thing I can do is relieve my pain. I'm using my Delta 9 gummies because I have a surplus of those as buffers in the day. in addition to the liquid THC. And every time I take it, I take 2 full droppers. So my dosage is increasing. Just to alleviate the pain. It's the last few days I've had to close my window because as much as I enjoy the livelihood of the pool, it's added stress on my body. Kind of like tax season when I had to turn off my phones in my office. Have an outside answering service. I needed peace. I needed my office to sound like a library so I could think. Because the phone ringing off the hook was stress on my body that I couldn't handle. It was becoming way too much for my system. And even the cruelty of the clients from that. Not all of them. I had a good amount of clients that were family, and they understood. But those that felt entitled and would blow up my cell phone after I hired an outside answering service to give me peace, I just couldn't believe it. I go, when do I get a break? You know, I listen to clients constantly talking about their lives and how they didn't have a life because they were constantly working to make ends meet, only to end up sick and man taking it all back. I mean, that's life in a nutshell, isn't it? When you follow man's world. What they've done is criminal. And I'm one of their victims. But I'm sure many of you out there have lost loved ones because of their criminal activity, ongoing criminal activity. I just pray for restful sleep. I never know how long it's going to last. I just felt the need to share the extent of where I'm at, because it needs to be documented. It needs to be documented. So, I don't want to say I hope you enjoyed this video, because it's more of a video to inform and update and to ask for more prayers. But whatever he decides, whether I'm supposed to stay longer or he's calling me home, won't you please help me with this pain? because it's really wearing me out. But I'm going to keep fighting. Because he didn't make me a strong, independent woman for nothing. With this giant heart of gold. So, please say some prayers for me. Me and Hannah pray for everybody every day. Every time I take a walk, I'm going to start planting a seed to help this world heal. It's got to start somewhere, right? Why not start giving back to him by planting, sowing seeds of love into the beautiful land he created for us all. Watch the healing garden, and you watch it with kids or grandkids, and they're all going to want to plant a garden with you. It's a beautiful movie. So I couldn't end it the way that I was going to end it, so at least that is on a high note. So love to all bunches and bunches. Bye.